So today's video is going to be short and sweet. We're going to talk about where to find money for your new business or a business you just want to get started. So the first one is you get a job. Now, I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive. Like, I want to be my own boss. Why would I get a job? Blah, 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 blah. I understand and I agree with you. You don't need to get a job, but it would help if you get a job. And I say this because when you get a job, especially in line with the same business you want to start, you will be able to learn a lot of things as to how that business operates, why that business is successful, and how you can leverage that same success or learn those things and put them into your own business. That's number one. Number two, you get paid a salary. You can use that salary to kind of give yourself a cushion. So you can save an emergency fund before you then go and leap into starting a business. Number two is, family and friends. Now, depending on the kind of family you come from, you might not need to get a job. They just roll the dough, right? Now, this is also very, very interesting in the sense where if you had to pick, collect money from family first before friends. Even in that family, make sure it's nuclear. That's your best bet. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't have its own scoring involved. It does. But if you had to pick, collect money from your nuclear family. So nuclear family would be your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, things like that. You can collect money from your cousin. You can collect money from your uncle. You can collect money from all these people. You can collect money from your mother-in-law, whatever it might be. But I've just learned, well, I've not learned personally, but I've seen the hard way. And I've seen a lot of funny stuff happen where blood is not necessarily thicker than water. Like, water is sometimes safer than blood. The third one is probably where it gets a bit more interesting. And this is something that is very common in the Asian community. And that's, the pre-order, the pre-order model. Now, with the pre-order model, it's pretty straightforward. You go and find a business that needs a service or a product, and then they pay you upfront, most times 50 to 70% of the total value. They pay you upfront, and then you go and deliver. Okay? Now, you can do this in the service-based industry. You can do this for the products, whatever it might be. It's up to you. That kind of thing. But I'll give you a very good example. So, one of the clothing stores I used to manage, their e-commerce stores, they started by working with a very big retailer. And that retailer told them that they wanted a particular set of, I think it was gowns or something like that. And that first pre-order that they got helped them set up shop, helped them register the business, helped them get their first staff or their first hire. Just to give you an idea of how big that first pre-order money was, right? So that's one way you can get funds as well. So number 4 is grants, funding, things like that. Now, in terms of grants, Google they have like this, I think it's I don't know if it's African startup or Black Founders Development. I don't know. They have a grant scheme that they offer to businesses. So what I did yesterday, just before I slept, was I told my agent mode, or I need to give it a name, but I told ChatGPT to use the agent mode to basically help me search for all the grants and funding available in Nigeria for small businesses. It should not give me any loans, right? No banks that offer loans, things like that. And it came up with some interesting options and interesting ideas. It came up with the Google one. It came up with Smedan. It came up with there's one that LSETF does, I believe. It came up with quite a few options. And that's an easy way for you to find grants or places to find funding, things like that. Now, another place where you can find grants that a lot of people might not be aware of is your social circle, your community. And when I say social circle and community, what I'm talking about is your, your church. So at the Elevation Church, Pastor Godman has this 50 million naira funding that I think was launched on his 50th birthday. Yes. I don't think a lot of people are aware of that. Well, people that go to Elevation Church, yes, they are aware because that's their community, things like that. But maybe you're not an Elevation Church member. You might not know about that, but this is where you find grants. So when people say, oh, I need money to start a business, I don't know where to go, these are examples of places that you can go. The next one, actually, this is actually good because it made me remember another way to get free money, well, not free money, but another way to get money for your business is partnerships. So I've actually partnered with 2 different people, right? And we're still friends now, so that's a good thing. Partnered with 2 different people where they provided the funding, I provided the service. One person, I provided the service, so we built a company. I think I told you this was what's it called, my music record label, when I was in school. Fun times. That thing had potential. I just couldn't see that far, but it had potential. Anyways, so yes, that's one way you can do it. You can form a partnership. So I had a record label. I had somebody that funded it, that was providing the funds. We had an artist. We did a few things. Did we make up to 100K from that? No, I don't think we made up to 100K. I think that's why the business died. Did we? I don't think we made up to 100K. That's why that particular business died. But fast forward a few years later, I started a business with a different friend this time around. It was product based, and obviously I'd already had lived experience, and I'd already had battle scars, so we easily started to make some money in that business. I think the final one I would say is you can combine. So you can combine one of the interesting ones that I don't think I've done this before, but one of the interesting ones that I know a lot of people do, and I also have given this option as well, even to people that are close to me that have actually given some sort of money to, is you combine a job with asking your family and friends. So you have a job, right? That job pays your bills, it pays the basic amenities, you probably have some savings on top of that job, and then you go and meet your family and friends to give you capital to start a business, right? If that business should go bust, God forbid, and I pray for you that it doesn't go bust in Jesus' mighty name, amen. But if it goes bust, you still have a job. You can use the money from your job to pay your friends off, work on a payment plan, things like that. I think I said this in one of my earlier videos this week. Always try to always try to take calculated risk. It's not easy, but try to take the most calculated risk. Like, risk is so interesting. It can be extremely volatile. It can go way over your head. It can go way less than what you expected. But sometimes just take calculated risk. Try to play small and then grow fast, right? And then as you're growing fast, make sure you have, like I said in one of my last videos, make sure you have what they call specific knowledge to understand how to grow fast. If you don't have specific knowledge, make sure you're around somebody or a group of people that have that specific knowledge so you can grow fast, that sort of thing, right? So yeah, you can combine multiple options to find funding. Those grants that I spoke about, I would leave a link in the comments. Actually, no, give me 10 comments in the chat, and then I'll leave that link in the comments for the grants that I think would work for everybody or the average Nigerian, and we can get started. I'll leave that. Just what are you guys going to say now? Put the money. No, don't put the money icon. That's strange. Just say, Damini, say Damini, we love you. Yeah, say Damini, we love you in the comments. Damini, we love you. If I get 10 Damini, we love you, I would upload that. I would upload that in the description. I'll let you guys know. Don't forget, Damini, we love you. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Today's video, I was going to get my morning coffee, count a few steps just before I log on and get cracking for the day. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this type of setup. Tomorrow's video, I'm probably going to be back in my studio, or never say never. Maybe I'll try this again. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, in terms of starting a new business or thinking of how to start a new business, I have a few videos that I'm going to put on the screen now that you can probably use. You should watch if this is your first time. And yeah, if you've not subscribed, what's going on, guys? Subscribe now. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you see me in my next video. You see me tomorrow. And yeah, man, have an amazing day or an amazing evening.